What's good, Wave Familiar? It's your
Right,
boy
right,
j.king, man, with another episode of Upgrade Your Game podcast.
right,
And I'm happy to have one of my guys in here.
right, right, right.
I've been following this dude for the longest time. He hard to get because he's very busy, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad I was able to get him today. My guy, High Def.
Right, 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 right.
His definition is what?
High definition for
My
sure.
fucking guy.
For sure, for sure. I appreciate that.
You already
I
know. You already
appreciate
know.
that.
I
I
know the
appreciate
slogan,
that. I
brother.
appreciate that.
So, all right. So,
Here we
I always
go.
like to start off of how we kind of met, right?
Okay.
So, we met probably 2013, 2014.
Sound about right.
Yeah. So, it was around the time, shout out to Chalk, she was doing the ciphers.
Right, right.
And I saw you do the ciphers, and I was like, this dude can rap. Like,
Right.
you are a rapper's rapper. You
Right,
know what I'm
right, right. Yeah,
saying?
I hear that often. For sure.
Right.
For
So
sure.
I was just like, oh, this dude correct. But the crazy thing is, the first time I saw you actually perform was when she went down to DC. I don't know if you remember that time.
That's when lights came down there with the party bus. Got you.
Right.
Got you.
That joint was lit.
Got
So
you.
that was the first time I seen you actually perform. And when I saw you perform, I was just like, that's when I knew it's a difference between people that rap and people that really do this for like a living. Like they
Got you.
do
Right,
this,
right, right, right.
like this is like the end of all end all. You get what I'm
Right, right, right,
saying?
right, right. Yeah.
So when I saw you perform, you was like, it was just like you was just on
Right,
point, control the crowd,
right.
not losing breath control, all of the techniques that rappers that really do this have
Right.
that ain't just doing this as a hobby. And
Yeah,
that's what I
that's right.
always respected about you.
Right.
And so that is how we kind of met, and then we just kind of went on from there. But I want to go back before that, before I even knew who you are. Tell the people how it was for High Def when he was a child. I want to know, was this
As a child or as a rap? Like which ones? I want to answer it the best way possible.
so during childhood, right? Did you
Right.
ever think that you would have the, I don't want to say goal, but basically the, you wanted to do this, like you wanted to perform? Did you, were you like this as a child? Was it like you were very rambunctious? Like
Right.
tell them how you brought up, because you from Logan, like too, right?
I guess so.
He said, I guess.
I guess so. Listen, just to be honest with you, like I'm not even the guy to be like, what part of Philly I'm from, bro. I hated that. Like I hate when people do that. You know what
Like,
I'm saying? So it's like
I
you
did.
segregating this little ass city. Like, I can curse, right?
Yeah, yeah, you
All right,
good,
cool,
yeah.
cool, cool. All right, all right.
So how was it from when you was a child to growing up to how you became with the rap?
That's a good question. I don't think nobody ever asked me that question. I ain't do a whole lot of interviews either. So
Yeah, you, that's what I said. I was like,
I
hopefully you gonna
do.
do it with me.
Yeah,
You never do no interviews.
nah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's not even that, bro. No. Let me see. Right, so listen, right. So, um, I my earliest homage that I give is major figures. Like it's the earliest
Mm,
homage. I feel like it was earlier
classic.
than that. I feel like it was Eve before that, but I don't think no, it was major figures for sure. I'm talking about Eve before that's anything to remember. It was major
I mean,
figures for sure.
they both legends, so
No,
yeah.
no, no, no. What I'm saying is that right. So when I'm thinking when I got like a memory of performing Eve party joint on my East Coast, it was good, all legit
And
on my way.
right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm performing that at a basement party with one of my homies, and we having a blast like New Year's Eve. We bringing in New Year's at a family basement party. We had a blast. But
Mm.
this was way after. So it was major figures, bro. I was down North Philly and I used to be running around. I heard one of the tapes from somewhere. I don't
Mm.
know where I heard the tapes from. I'm like, yo, who are these guys? And
That's a
then
lot of with major figures. A lot of people heard the
yeah,
tapes, and then that's
yeah.
when they kind of got onto
For
them.
sure. And then I
Yeah.
just was and people didn't know about them
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not understanding this. So I'm just rapping they raps. And as
Right.
I'm rapping, people like young boy hot. But it wasn't my rap.
You
it
know the
wasn't my
crazy thing
it
is,
wasn't my
I
rap.
I
So you
think
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
of
So
like
yeah,
famous Philly rappers said the same thing. They
right.
heard the MF tapes, and they heard
Yeah.
it start rapping they raps, and then they
Yeah.
started going on. But go ahead.
Yeah, it was no, no, but that was it. That was really it, bro. Like Major
Mhm.
Figures was really they was it started early with Major Figures. I had really liked Eve. I had really liked DMX. I really liked Sandman.
Mm.
Um, I think it was like Ivy Vegas. If not Ivy Vegas, Diamonds
Red
El
brick,
Nino. Diamonds El Nino.
red brick,
Diamonds El
yeah,
Nino was
crazy,
nasty.
crazy.
But before them, bro, I was always like a fan of like the rappers that could do a lot. So
Mhm.
Busta Rhymes could do a lot. Big
Definitely.
Daddy Kane could do a lot.
Mhm.
LL could do a lot. DMX could do a lot. It was always the people that had more than one lane and they were actually really. So you know, how, like some people be like, they be like, all right at multiple lanes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
those guys was dominant.
Oh yeah.
So like if they was rapping for a female, it was great.
Hmm.
It wasn't like they was cutting corners. They was giving you
They
bars. It was
still gave you
great.
everything. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
then they can give you a song, a party song, a song for women,
Yeah.
and then they could perform.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So, and most of them was fly, if not all of them. You know what I'm saying? So when I
Hmm.
seen them, I was like, damn, if I'm gonna be a rapper, I gotta be well rounded.
Facts.
You know what
Facts.
I'm saying? So after I got over like my little bar phase, like my bad, I jumped ahead, but yeah. So it
Oh,
was
good.
major, it was
Good.
major figures,
Good.
and before them it was all like the icons, like the goats, like for sure. Yeah.
So it started with that, and it was just you say you were
Right.
performing in the basement parties. Was it like a known thing? Was it like I def get on the mic, or was it
No,
just
no, I
you
wasn't even
just?
high def. That was crazy. High def came later. That
Oh
wasn't
no, no,
even my
I
first.
was
Yeah,
just saying. I know back then you was
yeah,
high def,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
No, but no. Back then I think no, we just was I just, bro, I always had courage, bro. So
Mm,
like, it wasn't even. It was just for me, like just getting on that mic that time when I was performing at that basement party. That was just, it was just New Year's Eve. Like we was
mm,
kids. Like I probably was like 12 or 11. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So when we did it, it was just like regular, like every day, like at a family event. Like,
got you.
but I was at my friend's house and was with their family. You know what I mean? So, but
Mm.
yeah, that was yeah. That's pretty much, bro.
So it started from there, and then I remember when we was talking years ago in high school, you was battling. Yeah, you know I'm gonna talk about that, bro. You know I'm gonna talk about that. You a barbarian. You gotta let them know this is the high def celebration. We gonna
Got
get
you.
everything.
Got you. All right.
So,
Let me work into this. Yeah. Let me work into this. Okay. Right, what you want to ask me?
so, so from all right. So when you was doing from what you said about 12, 13.
That was yeah, I think so. I might be off like a couple years, but that should be yeah.
So when you was starting with that, what was your rap name back then? If you want to say it, if you don't want to say it, that's cool. But
No, no, no. I had a bunch of rap names. I don't even know what my first rap name was, if I'm being honest. I know my earlier rap name was Dice. So when I was
mm,
battling, so the stuff that you talking about, like that was pretty much Dice. I ain't do no battling that's high def. Well, that's a lie. I did one last
I was
year.
about to say, really,
But just one last year. Well,
and
I mean, technically, I did some. All right, all right.
take it
Technically,
back.
yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
want to
All right,
know about
all right.
that though.
Because
But
we
we
can
gonna
jump
take
all
it
over the
back.
place.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when I'm thinking about it, because when I'm thinking about battling, I'm thinking about come from battling. So when
Facts.
it was your neighborhood and whoever was the hottest rapper in your neighborhood, then they grabbed me from a neighborhood and then we battled and we had raps just to
That was
go. So
that
that was
time.
battling to me. So this new thing today where it's like compete for this $500 or this event, like so like 'cause that's technically battling, but that's not the same thing. You know what I'm
Right, and
saying?
that's what
So
I want to try to get to.
yeah,
So when you was doing it from 13 and 10 getting into high school,
right, right,
right?
right.
The battling scene at that time was like you said,
Yeah,
get your best person from your best hood or
yeah.
whatever the case may be. Did that start out like that for you, or was it from usually doing it in
It
high
started out
school?
like that. That's how it started out. Yeah, it started out with I got this hot young boy
Mm-hmm.
and they used to send me everywhere. I was also going everywhere too. And I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
scared to rap. Like so before, I don't even know. Like I can give certain old heads credit, but that'd be like knocking. That'd be like knocking himself out the box. And I was going around. Like I was really
Mm-hmm.
moving it. Like I was never. I never sat still. So I was in of a neighborhood. So I had made relationships in Longcrest. I had made relationships in Uptown.
Mm-hmm.
I had made relationships in West Philly. I had
Right.
made relationships in Norristown. And
Mm-hmm.
this wasn't from an old head. This was just me rapping everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I can't even just be like somebody or some person. But there was a few different guys that did take me around to like battle people. You know what I'm saying? So for sure. But yeah, I used to fuck the shot name.
Why are you saying it loud? He, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Because he's a humble beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm glad that you said that about that time because it was word of mouth.
Right, for
Same thing with
sure.
me when I
For
was
sure.
rapping with my crew.
Right, right,
We would go to
right.
West Philly, Uptown, North Philly, being somebody hood, but it was love though.
You old as
Sometimes
shit, bro.
we
No, I'm saying you talking about my crew. That was anything to say. Like
it's a 3-man rap group. So I'm just saying, like, that's how it was, and I'm glad you talked
called
about
it
that.
my crew, like instead of a rap group. It's like,
So
I'm not gonna listen,
but,
bro.
that's how it was back at that time. So it was
Right,
good that you
right,
had that word of mouth and you had
right, right,
OGs
right.
that would put you out there.
Mhm.
So that's I'm glad you should talk about that time period because I want people to know, like you said, it's not like it is now.
Right, right,
So
right.
your skills was the thing that got you out there and want everybody to know.
For
High
sure.
def ain't nobody to fuck with. You know what
For
I'm saying?
sure. For sure. But I was losing a lot by popular consensus though.
Speak on it.
So to me, I wasn't losing.
Right.
I always judged people based on what they was writing. But what I didn't have for a lot of my battles was hype men, right? So a lot of
Mm.
people I battled had a lot of hype men, a lot of times. So it'd be me and like one person, but the one person wasn't as convicted as the
The
person
whole
I was
squad.
battling, and they had like 5 or 10 people.
Right,
Like,
right,
you know what
right.
I'm saying? And they 5 or 10 people was like real hype men. Like it wasn't, and at that point in time, that's when the rappers had real hype
Hype
men.
man.
So like
Yeah.
they was rapping the rap like it was theirs. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't
The
have that too.
DVD area
For
era in that
sure,
time.
for sure,
Yeah.
and I ain't had that too often, and I was different. So being as though
Mm.
I was different, it wasn't always they wasn't always receptive of the fact that my pen was different from theirs. You know what I'm saying?
Same with
So
me.
it
Yep.
depends. You know what I mean? So that's why I would not rest in peace to my guy Bam. Like people like Bam, and I'm like the way they adopted me and the way they really rocked out with me, it showed me like what a team was supposed to be. Now, granted, I
Mhm.
had people that I rap with for sure, but
Yeah.
the way that they used to rock with me, bro, like I felt like people believed in me, not just like people was cool with me and around me. Like it was
So you really
different.
it was genuine.
You know what I mean? It was different, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So, but it's other people I wanna talk about later on, but since, Bam was my guy.
That's dope. No, and that's why I was trying to show the testament of
Right,
who
right, right.
you are as a
Right.
rapper
Right,
because,
right.
like I said, there's no word of mouth, there's no social media at that
No,
time.
yeah, I was cooking, bro. Yeah, I was cooking, bro.
Mhm.
I was cooking. And I always downplay it a little bit, you know what
You
I'm saying?
do.
Because
That's the
people get
thing.
uncomfortable. They get so so like my awareness always been 1,000. So what I realized was that you seen me, bro. So it's like I'm not making it up. So
Right.
like certain work ethics that I already laid down, like I can't make it up. Like and people seen it happen, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like when it came to rapping and performing, I knew that guys didn't really believe in themselves the way they thought they did, right?
Mhm.
Because it was just talking, right? It was a defense mechanism. You see, I get on stage and I forget that if I was nervous, I didn't even remember. By the time I got on stage, it was like I'm at home. So
Right.
everybody wasn't like that. So I would dial it back because I seen that they needed certain things that I didn't necessarily need.
Mm.
I cared about people that said that they was a fan, acting like they was a fan more than I cared about trying to impress people. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Gotcha.
So it was just like that give and take. So it was just like me taking a step back and then be like, all right, go, you got it, bro. I ain't really tripping. So I'm
And
gonna
that,
have it. So you got it, bro.
and that's
You
the
know what
good
I
thing
mean?
about having the confidence
Right.
because at that time you had
Wasn't
to.
confidence, bro. It was courage.
Mm.
Yeah. I can tell you that now because I'm like more seasoned now. So I know what my strengths were and what they wasn't, and I know how people be confused on what's what. And they confuse courageousness with confidence because they don't have it. And since they don't have it, they don't really know it. They be like, what made you? I remember Sonia McDuffie told me one time, your parents raised a confident young man. I was like,
Mm.
I had a mom, and that was barely. So no,
See,
because people got their own perception of you, right? So how they
that's
perceive
true.
you, they take that as law, literally. Won't know nothing about you. Then they're just like,
Put it right
you're
on
such
you.
and such and such and such. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just courageous. I grab the mic and get on stage. I didn't care whether he thought I was good or not. I just grabbed the mic and get on stage. And then a
Mm.
part of me knew that my raps was pretty good, but it's rap. So if everybody don't love you as a rapper, then you think that you ain't that good.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So any creator, like you know what I'm saying, they try to act like I mean, whatever. But we question if we're not getting the traction that we think we're supposed to give it. Like,
You
am
don't
I
get the reaction you're saying. Yeah.
am I as good as I
Yeah.
think? You know what I mean? Like, is
Especially
it
at
like
those
that? Like,
times. Yeah.
yeah, for sure, especially in them times.
So, and that's I'm glad you kind of trickled to that to the stage. So, when you went from the battling stage, when did it become to making great songs as a writer? Did it was it an easy transition, or do you feel like it was always in you?
What's good with y'all? Way familiar. This your boy J.K. again, and I'm showing you here for y'all to go on my website, PlayaWave.com. If you trying to get the latest merch / drip for you to wear for the wintertime, summertime, don't matter. You can wear it at any time. Definitely get it. You can definitely get it on the website here. If you want to see all of my content, definitely go on here in the music or PlayaWave TV tab, and you're going to see all of my content there. Definitely support your guy, and definitely go on www.playwave.com. Know that.
This is crazy. Let me get a sip of my mushroom coffee. That was any interruption. No, no, no. Because I gotta be honest with you, bro. It's been a mindset thing this whole time, bro. So for me, bro, I wasn't even thinking whether I was good or not. I
Mm.
wasn't thinking whether the transition was easy or not. I was listening to what people were saying, and people always said that battle rappers can't make records, but that's what they always said. And at the earliest phase, bro, that's all I was doing was battle rapping. And then me and my guy Vaughn, I don't call him Boy Mizzy, right? I don't call him. We had a rap partnership, right? So there's another guy that played a prevalent role like in my rap life, right? And was also my friend, right? We put together this 5-track EP, right? And we did this 5-track EP at Alany, right? It rippled through the school. Big the Move. One of their favorite records was a record that we did for our girlfriends.
Mm.
But people knew
That
the
was it.
whole
So you was doing that in high school. You
that
was
was
making
in
actual songs.
that was in like the 9th grade.
Mm. That's early because at that
I
time,
had
a
just
lot of it.
I had AWOL from the group home. So when I got out, when they didn't take me back and they enrolled me in the Alany, and then I think over the summer, me and Miz had put together that because we was recording with C's and Faust, rest in peace to Faust when they was on Old York Road. So this is
Caesar?
back. Yeah, Caesar.
I remember her.
You know what I mean?
Uh,
Back when they was on Old York Road, and we put
mm,
together this 5-track EP. They rippled through Alany.
dope.
Put everybody off guard. Like people was like actually a fan of our 5-track EP, bro, and it was records. We did one freestyle, everything else was records.
That's dope.
You know what
That's
I'm
early
saying?
in the
So
game
that
because
was
at that
hella
time,
early.
yeah, because at that time with mixtapes and stuff like that, because I remember when I was doing it with my group,
Right.
we just freestyle. Everybody was taking the 50 Cent approach,
Gotcha.
rap on somebody else's beat, try to
Right,
make
right,
a
right, right, right.
song, but you was actually making actual tracks, and
Yeah, we
that's
made
early
yeah,
in the
yeah.
game.
We was on other people's beats though for sure, but yeah, for
That
sure
was
we
the
made
game back
records.
then,
Yeah,
for
we
sure.
made records. You ain't know nothing about an original beat.
Nobody
Nobody
did.
did.
That's it. And this
Nobody
is the
did.
thing, and I'm glad we talking about this because the Philly rap scene back then compared to now, to get in the studios was hard. You had to know somebody that knew somebody that knew somebody. Beats, same thing. Know somebody to know until MySpace came.
Right.
That's when I was able to actually hit somebody directly. DM, yo, you got a studio, you do beats, you do that. But early in the game,
Mhm.
it was hard to get producers, hard to get
For sure.
studio
You for sure didn't know
engineers.
somebody. Yep.
Right. So it was either you're gonna record in somebody's basement, somebody got I can't even remember what it was called, Cubase, all that back in the time. This
Right.
is way back then. So I'm glad that at that time you had that the wherewithal to know about making tracks, making songs and stuff like
Right.
that. But keep
Right,
saying
right, right.
how did it transit? So when you did the 5 EP, it started to ripple, and how did you go from there for you?
But that was like our first recording, and then we started recording with some guy named Shoe Baby in West Philly later on. But that was like I believe that should have been the first tracks that we actually recorded. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? So to get that type of reception was like, what?
so
Yeah, for sure. People walking up reciting our verses, and they wasn't
mm,
just the bars. That's major.
right.
And I appreciate it more today than I did back then. Back then it was like, oh yeah, they rocking with it, da da da. Because we actually, yeah, whether people admit it or not, but at that point in time, we influenced people to want to make things outside of just rapping over top of a beat.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
Was you hot that then, or was
no,
still
no,
in
no,
the
no, no. But I
transition?
wasn't high def until like 2009, 2000 and
So a little bit later.
2009, a little bit later, bro. I'm talking about like 2001. Right now, when I'm talking to you about like this,
Early, no,
like
I'm saying
yeah,
like,
I'm
well,
saying
yeah,
like
yeah,
7, 8 years
yeah.
later,
So,
I
all
was high
right,
def, so I was diced at that point in time. You
gotcha.
feel me? So I was diced for like a nice amount of time. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, bro. Where was that? Yeah, I like the song. I always feel like songs is better.
Definitely,
Like I
yeah,
always feel like, and I feel like they last longer.
definitely.
You know what I'm
It,
saying? So
it's what's going to transition you from the local guy to on the radio. Back at this time, the
right,
radio. It was funny was when I was in the group, literally around our neighborhood in Logan, they was knowing our song.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's gonna travel. It's the freestyles, yeah, that's cool. You want to show people that you're nice, but you're right. The music at the time, it carries more than it
Mhm.
would have been just a freestyle. But that's good that you had that. So going to the trickle down effect, right? So when this is like you said, DVD era, all of that, you doing the songs. When did it become, all right, I want to step out, do my own thing from doing the group to becoming uh to the stage and everything like that?
Bro, 70% of my movement was me doing my own thing.
Mm, mm,
Let me just keep it a buck with you, right? So no matter who I was cool with, 70%, bro, I was just always, um, I don't know, people take out they can take. I was just always on the move. So it's like I go somewhere, bro. Like at first I was cool. I've been cool my whole life, right? So the way I would get cool with certain guys was just me being me. You know what I mean? So like I said, it's no different than me being cool with the people on Longcrest or me building a relationship with my guys up there in Uptown, bro. These were people. There was people in Uptown. Shout out to my guy John. You know what I'm saying? Stacks Grams. I'm saying people's names. Stacks Graham. I'd be mad people saying my name. Um, People would get behind me, bro, and put money up behind me that didn't even know me for a long time because I just the type of person that I was, and then I was a really good rapper, bro. So you know what I'm saying. So and this was early. I think at this point in time, I think I was still Dice at this point in time. So I'm on my way to being HY DEFF. But I have a lot of stories as Dice though. I have stories that matter as Dice. You
Good
know what I'm
one.
saying?
Good
So
one. Go ahead, bro. Good one
um,
if you could give a good one.
one of my let's say quick thing, right? So Quilly used to me and Quilly used to be cool.
Now,
I'm
remember
not.
you said something
And
about
I'm saying
Quilly.
used to. I'm saying used to, not in a way like we ain't got no bad blood, and nothing, like you know what I'm saying. I'm
No, I
saying
get
like, but I'm saying like used to, like he used to come to me with his raps, right?
mm.
Like yo, like check this out, like you know what
Y'all
I'm
both
saying.
from back?
Like
Y'all went to the same school,
this
right?
was before he got the eye on me,
Mm.
right? So
Mm.
this is before that. I think it's before he went to Washington. I think it's the high school he went to. I think yeah, I think Washington. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I should be right. But he used to come to me, yo, check this out. Like, what you think about this? You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
Then when he got the eye on me, we did a double team against people because they was trying to double team him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's
So
dope.
yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So
That's dope.
that's one of my prevalent stories. And then you know, it's a few rappers I beat, bro, and I beat one of the popular rappers here.
Oh
And I don't
boy.
gotta say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got no, for real. Like I said,
So I keep trying to tell you.
Sandman, I'm saying Sandman was there, DJ No Frills was there. A lot
Mm.
of other rappers that I wish would have kept going that was actually hot to me that night. I wasn't even supposed to rap that night, bro. The reason why that's one of my favorite stories is not for the rapper that they said that, well, they said I'll beat him. They said I beat him in the first round. But
Okay.
because we had the best battle of the night, they made us go a second round. And the second round they said it was close. So now we like kind of tied. So now we like kind of tied. So the third round, oh yeah, for sure. But they called me up by Marcus, so they called me by my real name. They even called me up as Dice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real.
They called me to the front because the guy I got there late.
Mm.
I got there to the battle. It was back when they were still having the Sneaker Villa battle. So
Oh, this.
this at Bro 9. This early. Right. So I get up there,
Mm.
Sandman and all them in the front, Big Star, everybody, all the early camera people you could think about is at this event,
Damn.
bro.
That's
And I'm
crazy.
not on the list.
So you just showed up.
I'm there. I'm just there. We just there, right?
Mm.
So the guy that was supposed to battle this rapper didn't show up. So Sandman, I'm like, where my young boy Marcus at? Marcus up here, right? So I'm not even supposed to battle. So I'm hyped like this. You don't even care at that point in time, right? So like they
Yeah,
call me
you
to the
just all
front.
right. Yeah,
They call me to the front, bro. And I just
you just had to be ready at that time. It just yeah.
took right through him. Took right through him. You know what I'm saying? But to be fair, but listen. But to be fair,
Yeah.
I'm a fair person. We did have to battle again at a separate time.
Mm.
I just want you to, I want to line the story up right,
Good,
right.
good,
So
good.
I beat him. He know I beat him, right? Like
Okay.
he know that I beat him in that event. Like you know what I'm saying. So
Was it judged or no?
it was judge. Yeah,
Okay.
it was. Yeah, they was judging. They was up there judging the event.
Oh yeah,
You
the
know what I'm
sneaker
saying?
bill
Yeah,
battles.
they
Yeah,
was
yeah,
judging
yeah,
the
yeah.
joints, right? And at this point in time, Frills didn't know who I was. Sandman knew who I was, but I wasn't a part of Cannon's clique or nothing like that. He just knew me from Logan. Like you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So it was my old head up the street, things
Yeah.
like that. Because Sandman was the one that actually gave me the Dice name.
Oh,
Forgot. Like let me make sure I say that right. So Sandman was
shout
like.
out to Sandman.
He's like, young boy, your rap name should be Dice. Cause you be gambling with your life going around all these places battling with nobody with you, right?
That's
So
like some shit Sandman was
like no
saying, but
bullshit, all
yeah,
right, right. So
yeah.
then from there, so I was like, all right, I'm just be Dice. So then it was like DYESS. I always had to like switch up something, like you know what
Nah,
I'm saying.
make
So
it different.
and then yeah, so then get back to Sneaker Villa. Yeah, I just in there, and then bro, I never remember coming outside. Big Star, everybody. Now this is quick jewel, right? This is what
Mm.
happens when you not prepared for a moment, right? So when they call me outside, like everything lit, but I handle pressure really well. So everybody talking to me, I'm interviewing this camera, that camera, and Big Star like send me over some records, give me his number, bro. He give me his number,
Mm.
send me over some records. I don't have no records.
A lot of people don't
I,
know. For the people that's
right,
watching,
right,
Big Star was a huge
yeah,
deal back at the
staple,
time.
huge staple
Before the Smack
for
DVDs,
sure, for
before
sure,
headshots,
for
all
sure,
of that. But
for
go ahead.
sure.
I just want people to
Oh
know.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. There was a few other people out there too, but Star was the guy at the time. So like,
Definitely.
if Star talked to you, like he like, yo, you like you have any records? We talking on the camera.
Yeah.
And I had no records. Then when I was reaching out to him, he's asking me for records, but I never had no records. So I missed that whole opportunity.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then I had nobody to tell me how to deal with that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So as it just went past, it just went past. So now it's just like talking points. It ain't
Yeah, at
really
that time you
don't
don't
hold a
really
lot
got
of weight.
managers. You don't really
You know what I'm
got
saying?
when it's yourself, it's yourself. You
For
know what I'm
sure.
saying? You gotta
For sure.
represent yourself. You don't
For
got a
sure.
manager, you don't got OG that be like, all right, da 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 da. But yeah,
Right. But yeah. So all right, my bad. All right, so Ospino used to go to what was it? No, Dennis, what's the strip club name? Night on Broadway.
night on Broadway.
So we used to be outside. We used to be outside. We used to be walking up and down Broad Street. I was in all the neighborhoods. I was getting Lord. But listen, right? So as Oskino used to come out there, we used to be out there talking about rap and stuff like that. And then Oskino was like, "Yeah, I got a young boy for you," and he name dropped,
Mm,
and this nigga
the
that I
boy from
beat.
before.
Right. So I'm like,
Gotcha.
beat, oh, you ain't beat my young boy. I said, no, no, I really beat him. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting him, I'm asking him. The rapper said I didn't beat him.
Of course.
But that's what's crazy
Of
to me.
course. You know that
I
ego
I got
and
you.
it's
I got you.
Oskino, so it's gonna be ego.
Right. And
You know what I
I
mean?
understand it today because I don't feel like I lost as many rap battles as people think I lost when I was coming up because now I can really see what the movement was, especially with all the ad libbers, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? And then
right.
make the difference of influence, you know what I'm
Definitely,
saying? So
definitely.
but so then we battle again
Mm-hmm.
at the Sneaker Villa competition up at Broad Nowney.
Okay.
But this time when we battle, I lose. It's like 2 or 3
Mm,
rounds, I lose. But dig the move though. He had he had like 4 or 5 he
people.
had like 6 people with him, right? So the excitement around him was a little bit higher because when we first battled, it was only me and him. It was no excitement. So it was literally our
Mm,
rap versus each other. So he
wow,
had his
wow.
raps had to beat mine. At this point in time, you know what I'm saying? It's he got a little bit more people with him. I'm not as excited because I'm by myself and I'm already in my mind.
Mm,
I'm so used to this. He don't know me, so he don't. So to him, he probably feel like he cruising, but in my mind, it's like I'm so used to this narrative already. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to battling somebody with 5 or 6 people. So it's
right,
like
right,
I
right.
see it, I'm like, all right, cool. So he beat me. I ain't make no excuse about it. I say he beat me. I don't know if I even ever used as a fact that he had people with him that knew his raps and the excitement around him was a little bit higher, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he still struggled with that beat. So he didn't even like cruise through. Like, you know what I'm saying? He
Oh
still
yeah,
had
because the Sneaker Village Johns, it was on a beat at that time, right?
well, I was just saying, like, as far as him beating me, like he still had to fight his way through it with people backing him. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So and I feel like if you can't beat somebody with 1 round and you got 10 people behind you, I think that shows a testament to the guy that you battling.
gotcha.
So we shouldn't have to go 3 or 4 rounds.
Facts.
I'm just saying we shouldn't have to. If I'm smoking you, like it's an embarrassment at that time. And I never was in a battle, but people felt like I was getting smoked that it was embarrassing to me.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like people still always liked me in every battle I was in.
It was
But
pretty.
you know what I'm
It
saying?
was still
So
like a fight.
right.
It
Like
wasn't.
merch.
You took one round. It was more like if it was the judge by the card. Like it was like a boxing round. You saying it would be more like, oh no, we don't know if we can give him this round. It was kind of like debatable.
If it was a boxing round, then that changes, right? That would change the whole landscape.
What I meant,
It's just
what I meant
no,
to
no, no.
say
I'm just saying.
was,
No, I got you. I'm just saying that just pit them directly against me, so I make it different.
I get what you're saying.
Which I would like that. You know what I mean? Like it
right,
make it a
right.
little different. And I'm saying that because, bro, even as high def, bro, there was people who swore they was better than me, bro,
Mm,
but couldn't beat me in a competition.
mm,
You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm better than him or whatever the case may be. Whatever, bro. Whatever. However you feel. At some point in time, you're gonna have to prove it. And not just by a couple opinions. And anybody can have an opinion that somebody better than somebody. That's going to happen, but it's going to be the volume of the opinions and the
mm.
stranger volume. Like people
Not your
around
own
us,
mans and stuff. I
the
get what you're trying to
stranger
say.
volume,
Right.
bro. And you seen the type of attention I used to garner, bro.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So like, and that was all earned. People that I had on stage, I had to earn that. Like people wasn't excited just to get on stage with me. Like that came with like, yo, it's getting to a point that this is getting undeniable. Like, you know what I'm
Back to
saying?
the word
So,
of mouth, and
so yeah,
and that's why I like that you keep saying it because
yeah,
it's a testament of
yeah.
his skill.
Mhm.
So we going past the battle part,
Right,
even though he ain't gonna
right,
tell me we battle,
right,
but
for sure.
we go past the battle part. I keep trying to tell me this is a celebration of you, bro.
Right,
But it
right,
is
right,
what it
right.
is. I
Right,
understand though.
right,
To the
right,
battling, the
right.
people knowing who you are. How did it get to the high def that was making songs and become a stage performer? Beyond battling. Of course, you was battling, I don't know if you were battling on stages, but how did it go from being a performer to doing the songs
Yeah,
to the
for
high
sure I
def?
battle on stages. I battle I think I should have been I'm tripping. I did battle as high def. Yes, I did. Um I should have been like high definition. I was still like high definition at Cornelius. I just had to shorten it to high def. That was anything. Um I battled was I high def, bro? It get a little weird in that time frame, bro. But I battled that Batcave. Shout out to my guy Rug. Shout out to P Funk. When
Dope.
they were still
Shout out to
partners.
Rug and P-Funk.
When they used to
Yeah.
have the events, I rapped on their radio station was on the. I don't even
I
know if you
remember the
remember they
radio
was on the
station.
radio.
Oh
I was
yeah,
on the
definitely.
radio. Smoked it. Miss J was on
Mhm.
it at night. Like, who don't he can really rap? You know what I'm saying? But I battled for at their event. I think I made it in the second round. And I lost going into the third round, and same story.
Saying with the
Same,
crowd and
for
all that.
sure, bro, for
Yeah.
sure. It's crazy, and it's crazy to sound like that, but
That was the time.
you.
So
But I'm saying you
a
got
lot
like,
of people don't know that was the time. Like it's not now where it's mano y mano on the stage. The
yeah,
crowd may call it stuff like that. It was
yeah,
bring your squad,
mm,
bring your squad. Whoever
yeah,
run out of raps or whatever the case may be, if
yeah,
it wasn't judged,
yeah.
whoever run out of raps, it was what it was. But yeah,
So I say this right because I'm listening to it and I'm reflecting at the same time. So I would say I lost because I never learned the lesson. It took me a long time to learn the lesson of gathering a group of people because I was just
mm,
more focused on.
who you bad?
I'm a Capricorn, bro. So one thing I don't say too often, but I do say it is that we stubborn. So I really believe can change things because at some point in time I really actually do. But I think in some instances it's better to not try to change what's moving and then just dominate it in a way that's understanding the rules to it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
Just go with the times.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So so because I think about it, bro, when I was traveling and performing and competing, everywhere that I really won, I had a group of people
Mm,
outside of the one-on-one. So what I'm saying
yeah,
is like when I perform, did you come to one of my coast to coast performances?
I did not. I didn't, but I remember you won the two back to back. I
Back
remember
to
that.
back in New York, and then I came to Philly and
Philly.
won, and I think I was the
Mm-hmm.
first one to do that. At that point in time, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah,
when I did that, I had
people with
like
you.
like 8 people with me in New York.
You're
So
jumping ahead. But
oh yeah, right, right.
but
Yeah,
no,
for sure. All right,
I
my bad,
was
my bad,
saying,
my bad, my bad. All right, all
when
right,
you
all
went
right. Good
from
bad,
the
good bad.
battling, I keep saying the
Yeah,
battling.
yeah.
That's probably why he keep having
I
reminiscing. I
went
keep
from the
saying the
bars to
battling.
just music. Right,
So,
right.
right.
Got you,
So from the
got you.
stage of rapping to the how the performer of the records. How did it get to that?
How did it get to that? That's a good question, bro. How did it get to me actually just performing songs?
Yeah.
Um, it had to. That's something I probably really got to sit on, bro. I don't have a crystal clear answer, but I would had to think it had to come from me just paying attention, bro. It had to,
Mm-hmm.
'cause I'm always paying attention. So it had to just come from um no, I think it was a transition from Dice to High Def. So
Okay.
I think that's because it was a difference, right? So when I came from Dice, bro, like Dice was like the main thing my focus on was having as many raps as I could have. I
Mm-hmm.
had to always be prepared with high raps. You know what I'm saying? Once I became High Def, it was like I had to be hot. Period. So it wasn't even just about
Mm-hmm.
raps for a battle or just having hot raps, but I wanted to be. I wanted when people talk, I was like, "Yo, like like boy, like he fire, like you know what I'm saying." And I didn't want to just only be bars because
Got
I
to be
felt
well rounded.
I just always feel like my bars is one of the best bars,
Yeah.
man. I just
That's
always
not
feel like,
even.
bro, and I feel
That's
like bigger. That's
undeniable.
big, and I feel like it's bigger than Philly, and I proved that rapping outside of Philly. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? But yeah, I got some more stories to tell you as we move on. I got you.
But it's no, that's good. And
Yeah.
that's good that you went through the transition. And so
Uh,
I'm gonna help you out
yeah.
a little bit because I know
Got
I'm
you.
bringing things back a little bit.
No, no, you got it. No, you got it, bro. I actually want to talk about it. You know what
So
I mean?
how? So when you was
Shout out to
starting up,
Icelandic.
so when you was doing the raps and the performing, when did it become all right? I gotta have that hit single, and you know what that hit single was?
That y'all know what it was. To me, it was war. To y'all was model chick.
I remember War. All right, how to get okay? So bring us to War.
It was a competition. I forgot what competition it was. It was some competition online, and they had the beat, and you had to create a song to the beat.
Mm. So it was so that was the first thing that came to your mind was just
This means war.
mm.
Yep.
So that
And
when
I was rapping my ass off on that
you
joint.
was what? That's what I'm saying. I remember. I remember. I
And Chalk
remember
was like,
War.
"This not a hit record. This more like a fan favorite record." You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chalk.
Shout out to
Oh,
Todd,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
biggest critic of the game, but she'll be on your ass about it. But I mean, like you said, because and I'm glad we talk about that because there are songs that in our heart we like, yo, this is what's going to go. This is what listen. This is what it is to me, and I wanted to. You want to portray it out to the to the industry, to the crowd, whoever.
Right.
But what made you transition from the war to model chick? Was it
Time. No, it was time. It was
Sure.
years. It was years apart. So I'm just saying
Okay.
it was just not like it was the time too. Like it was time in between, right? So it was a bunch of songs before I got the model chick. My Death to the Whack Rapper mixtape that I had put out had a bunch of records on there.
I
I
remember.
was rapping too. I'm not rapping on everything, but it was records on there too that was creative. Like we did the back to back about a female that was two friends, and we both met her at different times, and she was
Mm,
messing with both of us. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling stories on there, so it was like I, it was already there, bro. Model chick came from if I'm let me see, because I'm big on giving people love. If the transition from war to model chick was along the likes of seeing people like lights.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So it was seeing people like lights. And at that point in time, before lights was lights to everybody else, we was fun fact, we was in a rap like program to some degree at
okay.
at the King Center down North Philly.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people don't know, right? I got some stories, bro. And
We
I'm a,
yeah,
yeah,
you know,
I'm gonna nugget them out. Like you know what I mean? But no. And the lights was down there. And, I think Miss Deanna, that's her name, right? I think she was I don't know what type of collaboration they had, but after that, I didn't really see him. But at that point in time, that I was the guy. And this was at the King Center, and then like
mm,
15 people in there. No, he,
right.
you know what I'm saying?
Your
So
name
they was
traveling, yeah.
for sure. They was bringing like Pretty Ricky down into the King Center. It was crazy. I got some crazy memories when I really think about it.
Cool.
But then fast forward, see Lights perform. When I see Lights perform, we had the same event, so we had the DC joint, right?
I
So
remember, yeah. I was there.
I feel like I seen them before that, but at the DC event, we performed. If anybody, if it was two hot performances of the night that people actually liked, it was I would say it's between me and Lights, right? Because I
Yeah.
seen how I captivated the people. Like I seen the people, but then
That's
I
how I remember
seen
performing. You seen you perform. So
yeah, for
yeah.
sure they was going crazy. The DJ was going crazy. Like, yo, what's
Mm-hmm.
going on? Like
Mm-hmm.
they was put off
Glued into
guard.
what? Seriously, I was glued in. That's why I knew.
Right,
I'm
yeah,
like,
right.
there's a difference. But go ahead.
Right. No, for sure. However, though, lights go on.
Mm.
Right, this is after me.
Yeah, you did because you
I'm
came
gonna
later.
set the
Yeah,
stage, right? So first of all, lights come there. He got a party. He got like two,
he
three
had a lot of
buses.
extra people come with him. Yeah.
I don't know how many people with him. He got like some major figures with him. Like
Oh
in
yeah, he
here,
did have
come in
people
there,
with
bro,
him. Yeah.
loaded in there, right?
Yeah.
So he performed, bro. It was like a concert. Right? So
Yeah.
one thing though I can't say about me is I can't perform, right? So
Fact.
I know that I can perform. But
Fact.
when I seen Light's performance, in my mind it was like that's the element that I'm missing, right?
Mm.
It's the element of having a record that people can sing from front to back, and they know that I'm going to perform it, right?
Mm.
So that's organization, right? That's understanding that we on this mission to get people to like something, and that's how we going to present it to them. And Lights had that
He did.
like no other to me.
Early
Like,
in
you
the
know what I'm
game
saying?
too.
So
Yeah.
when I seen that, bro, I I'm thinking because I don't even know if this is 100% true, but I have no problem with accredited to him because I know that it still influenced me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I went back, I was like, all right, I need some records. I need to start organizing my sets a little better. I need people to know what I'm gonna do, and I need people to know these goddamn lyrics, right? Because if you don't know, if we're not choreographed, right, and you don't know what I'm gonna perform, then how can you sing what I'm gonna perform?
Right.
You be like a real fan at that point, and you gotta know all my
That should be
music.
all in sync. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at that point in time, my rate of volume was super high. So I just had a ton of things I was sitting on. So it was really about how I felt what I was gonna perform, which
Fact.
ain't got nothing to do with business. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I seen Lights, bro, and then that transitioned me into all right, I need some records that people know from front to back, and then voila.
And that's good because, and I'm glad you touched on that
Right,
because at that time, you are a rapper's rapper. Like I'm gonna keep saying that through the whole
right,
damn
right.
interview. You're a rapper's rapper. So in your mind, because I was kind of the same way. Bars over everything.
Mhm.
But you gotta understand, it is a business. It is an industry. People have to know your music. They gotta have something to connect to. So it's
Right.
good at that time that you can see in another artist, you know what? He got records. He got things that can move. I gotta acquiesce a little bit.
Mhm.
You still you. You
Right,
still doing. You still got the bars. You still a good writer.
right,
Cause we both writers. You get what I'm saying? So
right.
we understand we can tailor this to this crowd for the bar people, the barbarians, and all that. But you gotta have a song for the chicks. You
Right,
gotta have the songs for the clubs.
right.
So when you had Model Chick at that time, it was perfect because, like you said, it was starting to transition to where you got to start having the motion. You already a performer.
Right.
So being that you got that single that everybody know and can connect to, it was good at that time. So that's why I always wanted to know
Fire at
where
that
the connection was.
Yeah.
So when you start to do your own shows,
Mhm.
and when I started to see you do Model Chick, you got choreographed, you got dancers, you got um, and that's what inspired me. Excuse me. That's why I want to
Right.
get to. So it inspired me to be like, man, I want to be the rap dude, and I want to, because you said on your first mixtape, because it was the same for me. I wanted to be diverse,
Right.
had a creative songs,
Right.
had this songs where they could say I'm well rounded. But no, now you got the song that connect. So going into Model Chick, how did that start to How did things start to catapult for you at that time?
Well, it started with War.
Okay.
War was the one that started to catapult me.
Okay.
People got used to it, consistent. You know what I'm saying? I was very consistent with that record. And then Model Chick was just now I'm in pocket already. So War is
Mm.
used. Well, you heard War. So War is a more well. My bad. One thing I want to say, right? Since we celebrate me, I never took my foot off the gas for the bars, no matter what the records
Yeah,
was.
it
No, I'm
wasn't.
saying
It
no,
wasn't.
no, no, no. I'm not saying for what you said. I'm saying in general, right? So this is why I'm one of my favorites, right? Is because no matter what arena you hear my pen in, it's not compromised. You know what I'm saying? Like you put on any we guess a record and put it on. No matter what I'm talking about,
Mm.
it's in depth in there. Like you know what I'm saying? It's not like you know how some people they switch the topic and then they're like you can tell they struggling with trying to find things to
Yeah.
discuss. So for me, if I was rapping without a cuss word, I was the same impact. You know what I'm saying? If I was rapping for a female, it's the same impact. It
Mm.
got bars actually some of my favorite bars. I'm lying. No, I'm not lying. Some of my favorite bars is in some of my raps for females. That be to me be going crazy.
Mm.
I guess that's why they start. I mean, with me personally, I think they didn't want to put me on regular records because they know like that joint get a little crazy. So they put me on female records because people ain't really looking for who kind of rap the best on the female
True.
record.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you got to compete with me on a regular record and that's the mindset we going into it with, it could be a little different.
Yeah, definitely.
It could be a little
Good.
different. Um, if I decide to compete though, we're gonna get to that part when I do decide that we're gonna get there.
Right.
We're gonna get there.
But no, but no, it's all right. So when you, so it catapulted with you with War, right?
Right,
So when you got to Model Chick, what, I, I think the better question is, what difference did you see? Because I
right.
know you were doing other showcases, but then when you started to do your own showcases, how did you see the difference? That's what I'm saying.
With Model Chick,
Yeah.
um, people reception to it.
Okay.
I remember Young Bob coming up to me. I remember rest in peace, the Lights old manager. I remember them coming up to me like, yo, he like yo, this record go. And then I watched me start to dominate showcases with strangers
Mm,
easily versus
mm,
it being like I'm trying to fight the crowd, meaning that trying to get people to be involved because that was another thing I wasn't that good at was getting people involved. People would get involved because I was good on stage, but there's a difference where you can get people involved, and Model Chick did a lot of that work for me.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So like they
Mm,
hear it by the time I got to the hook again,
you right on.
it didn't start moving. Everybody to
Mm,
start, you know what I'm saying? And then that translated cross planes. And then that's when I seen like, oh, okay. So this is what records can do,
hmm
this style of record. You know what I'm saying? This is what this type of style of record can do for you. If you still gotta have like some do you really gotta have a talent? I guess not. But
No,
yeah.
you can't. You have a
Not for
talent.
me. I'm saying in general. Like, do you? Oh my bad. I asked the question out loud, but I was thinking like as far as like a record carrying you. But I was about to say you still got to have some talent, but you kind of don't.
As
Like
far as with a hit record, I kind of get what you're saying, but the thing is, the talent is to get people to move,
for
to
sure.
get people to react to it. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
That was me
So,
hating as a rapper. That's them little growing pains. Shout out to Queen Clean. Shout out to Queen Yazzie B. So that was the growing pains of right then and there. Right, me just as a writer. I still got like little slights in my mind that's
Good,
already
yeah.
there from before. You know what I'm saying? So
The
it's like,
perfectionist kind of sort of. So
no,
it's
no,
like,
we just don't like things that's not that we don't think takes a whole lot of creative ability to do. So if I see somebody create something that we consider to be simple, then it's like, I might do
yeah,
that. So it was just me thinking
yeah.
like that versus because Model Chick was like that joint was organized great. I had the bridge in
You
between
had
there.
everything. You had all the elements of the hit of a hit record. But I get what you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
because in your mind, you still the rapper's rapper, and you still want to make sure that you still connect with the bars, even though it's a little bit. Excuse me. Even though it's a little bit, you still want to connect with it. But I
yeah,
understand that. But knowing the transition and knowing the industry and knowing that you're getting these reactions,
right,
and this is another thing I want to touch on. So when you was doing the stage performing and everything like that, when I saw you in DC, this is before my shit, obviously, but when I saw you in DC, I didn't know that this was like this is you. This is my profession. This is you the only person like real shit. You the only person I know that did rap as a full-time job. You get what I'm
right.
saying? Real shit. I really never knew this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
You
yeah,
made it sound so bad.
no, dog, that's something to be dog. You know why?
Oh, no, I'm messing with you. No, I'm messing with you,
No,
bro. Yeah,
this is
yeah.
the thing though, because even after that, I used to see you on IG, like, bro, I'm performing during the week at CCP. I'm like, people perform at CCP, Community College Philadelphia, you
Right,
probably know.
right,
But
right,
I didn't know like you were just on it every week. Then you going to coast, winning that, doing that. Like you were just
right.
so consistent. And I was just like, to me, right, in Philly, right? You always got the rappers where you know they get a little push.
Mhm.
They got people backing them. You was
Relationships, yep.
doing this really on your own and really out there. I told you I'm gonna celebrate you today. So
Right, right. No, 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 no. I appreciate that, but just real quick, I ain't do nothing alone. So I don't feel like nobody ever do. So that's one thing I changed over the course of my time. Right, I gotta give a lot of love to a lot of people that helped me in some form or fashion. Right,
Mhm.
some form. Whether it's people that put money into what I had going on, whether it was somebody that shared the event or bought a ticket to an event, bro. Like
Facts.
all that count. Like you know what I'm saying. Like the people that print my shirts, the
And that's
people
what
that
I mean.
record me.
I'm
Like
not
you know what I'm
saying
saying.
like
So
court. I'm saying like
I'm saying as a rapper, though, I have to say it because rappers don't say it, and a lot of times I feel like it's just like as people we want more praise for what we do because we might be grinding hard, right? So it's like I had to do this by myself, and it's like nobody do nothing by themselves, like you know what I'm saying.
facts.
But it's something that would have been more independent for you, but it's not alone. It's just independent because it
And that's
takes structure around whatever it is you're doing.
right.
You know what I mean?
It
People
was the
help
wrong
you for
choice of
sure.
words. What I meant
No,
was
no, no, no,
like,
no, 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 bro. You use the right choice. I'm just saying, like, as far as where I'm at, like, I'm in a
no,
different
no,
place.
no.
You
I get it.
interviewing me way later, so like, even if talking to me back then, I was in everywhere. Like, I do this majority of the time by myself. I don't got no team. That's how I was talking. Like, but
Right, right.
today, it's like I didn't have the team that I wanted to have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
I didn't have the push that I wanted to have. But that don't
same
mean I
here.
didn't have help because I did have help. You know what I'm saying? I had people that was coming out to events. I had people that was buying shirts and
You
stuff
did.
like that. You know what I'm
You did.
saying? Like so for me to say I didn't have help is crazy as hell.
Team High Def was
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
there.
Like
Seriously.
for sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? But did I have the team that I wanted to have? Hell no. I feel like my team should have been like aggressive because
But you know what it is, bro? The when we were talking about this before the show,
right,
when you doing this on your own and you don't have the traction yet,
right.
nobody's gonna see it until it starts to pop
For
off.
sure.
So when stuff starts to pop off, then yo, I could be in your video.
Right,
Oh, I could be this. Could be a manager. But when it was just you and your money and you got to pay everybody out, it's like nobody sees it. But I get what you're saying because I felt the same way too. Like if I had same thing when you did Model Chicken, I had hundreds. I'm like, damn, I wish I had the high def plus that. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Right.
but admire what you had because your shit was organic. You
Right.
had people that actually wanted to see you win.
That's a
So
true.
when you was going to New York and winning, I'm like, oh, that's what's up. Then you come back to Philly, win again. That's what's up. And I wanted people to know about the coast to coast thing, and people don't know. Coast to coast was a thing where they had people go at what was it like all 50 states or something like that, where they would just
Something to the magnitude they was moving around, booking shows and then booking talent in every city. But a
yeah.
lot of talent wasn't from the cities; they was coming from other cities performing. So a lot of times you was competing against strangers. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So
And it would be like 100 people in there. Maybe
Mhm.
like you would go on maybe because I remember I did Coast to Coast probably like 2013. It was like 100 people in the building.
It's
So
crazy.
I want people to know he beat out a lot of people to win. Cause I remember when you posted it, I'm like, bro, you went to New York. You already know New York was had to been like 200
New
people
York
in there.
was lit. And that show was lit too.
I bet. Cause Philly, oh, me and my man, when we went on that draw, we was like 70.
You started thinking like how you gonna win. Like you started
Right.
thinking like how you gonna like how much
And
a
I
number
was
am I?
confident going in, like, yo, we gonna win this draw tonight. But when you see the people in front of you, they
Yeah,
killing it, you like,
they gonna
man, they
remember
ain't even gonna
me.
probably
I'm at
pay attention to this. They ain't gonna
nah,
pay attention to
2 hours in, like I will go into the third hour. Like
it. Yo, my
that was
confidence
crazy.
went from
Oh my
this to
gosh.
now here.
Yeah,
But
that's how I was in Miami for Coast to Coast
mm,
when I made it to the finals.
I
Big
forgot you
finals.
when you go to Miami, and that's
If you go, yeah.
yeah.
And that's when I went down there with nobody. Now I'm on a winning streak. There's 3 Coast to Coast shows. I'm in second place the first time. The second time I win.
Mm,
Third time I win. I don't do another Coast to Coast event. Now I'm doing all these other events, right? So then they invite me to come down Miami for the Coast to Coast conference, and then for the finale. So you go against all the winners.
mm,
And I'm down there by myself.
no
Crazy,
team.
dumb as hell.
Team,
I don't even know what record to
team,
perform. I don't even think I performed Model Chick. So now I'm back off my square, right? I'm in Miami. I'm alone. I'm right down there.
yeah,
People down there, they loaded down Miami too, bro.
of
So
course. You
this
already
showed me
know.
something way. This is another pivotal. Miami and Atlanta, two pivotal spots in my life that showed me a different way to brand yourself. And that's what I
Yeah,
felt. I feel like that's why I always had like the little edge over a lot of people is because I put myself in them situations. So it's like going to Miami, like what? I've never been to Miami before. And the first time I'm going by myself, like I'm going down there. You feel what I'm
yeah,
saying? Shock having the show in Atlanta. Well, guess what? We going to the block party. So we going to drive. It was me and my MJ mom. So which is my son's mother. We drive down to Atlanta and we
y'all
go
drove
to
down?
yeah. I drove down to Atlanta every time, bro.
I never knew that.
I fly down. I flew
'Cause
down
when
one
we
time.
was, yeah, I remember we was all down there. I didn't know you drove. That's
We drove
crazy.
everywhere that we went for chalk shows, bro.
Oh, we drove down to Atlanta, but I
I'm
didn't
saying,
know
but
you.
remember we did the joint in Texas too.
Oh yeah, I didn't go that time, but
Yeah,
y'all
I
drove.
drove
Y'all had
down
the
there too. Yeah, I
yeah,
drove,
yeah, yeah.
bro. Atlanta. So I did chalk show in Atlanta. I did chalk show in Ohio. I did chalk show in DC. I did chalk show in Texas.
Yeah,
I drove all these places.
yeah, you was out there. Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
remember.
So
Yeah.
when I didn't fly to Atlanta until last summer, and that's when we went down there for my brother, the release of the movie. But all right, let's get back because
But no,
I lose.
but I'm glad that you're saying these because I want people to know your work ethic.
Right, 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 right,
So
right.
going all these places, you got the song, you doing everything else. From Model Chick to you was doing what hashtag. You had a couple
Shit.
songs like you were literally it
Hashtag
was
was my
just
shit.
steamrolling for you.
Yeah, hashtag was my
So
shit.
where do you feel like from there it started to transcend for you? Did you what like were there growing pains in the industry? Was there certain things where you felt like it could have got bigger? Where do you feel like when it came from Model Chick to you steamrolling having all these right when you having all these songs, having the videos, you started to do it. You had viral. I remember I was in a video for viral. You was steamrolling. So where do you feel
Hold
like
on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
I'm sorry.
What's my favorite part of viral? Uh, 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 uh. They don't have the marketing, the targeting, scared to let artists, and I'ma blow like a cartridge when it's dusty, pass it around like offering. This my last offering for partnering. Later, I don't want an argument. When I asked arguing, all you did was arguing. What?
Hey, see,
Oh, bro.
Barbarian. I told y'all,
Crazy.
viral was crazy.
Viral was crazy, bro. Oh my God.
So
I
so where do you
capitalize. I didn't know how to capitalize, bro. I didn't know, bro. Had no idea how to capitalize on a situation. The average rapper do not know how to capitalize on the momentum, bro.
facts? I
So
feel the same way.
and people and then our culture, people watch you struggle, right? So they want to tell you what to do and they think that what they're telling you is better than what you're doing.
Facts.
Right. So those are the two biggest conflicts to me. Some people might have some other conflicts, but for me, it was for sure 100% people telling me what to do, but didn't really have a result behind what they were telling me to do. Whereas though for
Yeah.
me, it's like, all right, look, I got something that's working. Obviously, that's why you want to work with me. So how can we figure out how to make this work together? So it was too much clashing. So we never got into a common ground. You know what I'm saying? Or capitalizing on the moment and somebody stepping in like, yo, listen, you got momentum. This is the best thing to do with your momentum. They wasn't doing that. I remember talking to somebody in Philly that was popular, and they was like, I was like, yo, how can we partner? They said, partners, I need your help. Like, you doing more than what I'm doing. And I'm
Wow.
thinking like, so you doing more than what I'm doing. But even in my mind, it's just like, I'm not partnered in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why automatically like just throw it to the side, like, yeah, like, no, you doing more than me. Like, if anything, I need your help. Like, yeah, no. So again, like those all those little issues that if we had like some type of structure, some type of foundation, then we'd be able to make our way through it. But it wasn't really here. And if it is here, then I wasn't privy to that space. And again, and if I was privy to the space, then I was unaware of it.
And that's the
You know what I'm
thing.
saying?
And
So
I'm glad you said that because in Philly, it's like silent competition type thing. Because, and that's why I said earlier, kind of, because you were the actual guy doing the work, right?
right.
So you just said you talked to somebody and you felt like they was doing more than you, but
Hmm.
they said to you, "No, bro, I'm doing it, man. I'm doing. They was doing. You doing more than me."
Yeah.
But that's the thing. There's no collaborative
Yeah. And I wanted to
effort.
collaborate. And that's the crazy part. I kept reaching out to people.
You did.
Even though I didn't want to.
I remember because you did. Even with your own shows, you used to
Yeah.
try to put
And
people on.
and it wasn't the powers either, right? So the important part, like, you know what I'm saying? My bad. This is the last time I cut you off because I'm for sure not using my communication etiquette.
It's all good, bro. It's all good.
When when I was talking, so my collaborative efforts was with artists because I seen the bigger picture. So it's
Yeah.
like, even though some of the people I talked to, they wasn't artists, but they was like local managers and things. Like they didn't have nothing. They didn't have nothing that magnitude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody think that they somebody to themselves, but
Hmm.
the attraction outside of you is show what how much you actually worth. Like, because it's measurable. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, bro, people just want it to be the biggest issue. Period. Is got nothing to do with rap. Is that everybody wants to be that person,
Facts.
right? So which means to me that always showed to me that you don't really know business. Then you know what I
I'm
mean?
glad.
So.
See, this is the thing, and this is why you my fucking guy.
I appreciate it, bro.
I'm trying
I
to get this
appreciate
out.
it, bro.
The thing is, nobody knows the business side.
Right,
You
right.
said you went to the rappers.
Mhm.
They see the thing here is more dude trying to get on instead of learn the actual business.
Right,
You had business acumen, and that's one thing that I can't say for a lot of rappers at that time.
right.
You had the business acumen because you was selling merch. You was doing your own shows. You knew the bigger picture. Even with me, I'm looking at you doing your thing, and that's what inspired me because to learn the business.
Mhm.
Because you used to be like, well, if you're doing these showcases, bro, you just doing them in front of other rappers. You need to go outside, do something outside of Philly. And that's what I'm looking like. Dang, I do need to do stuff outside of Philly. I do need to be more collaborative. Stop worrying about, you could try to get people the vision
Mhm.
of, yo, do the business part, get a fan base, have a core fan base. You
Right,
were saying these things at this time. I
right,
remember.
right.
And, but like you said, if people can't see it and they just trying to get on, all they worrying about, try and get on. Oh, you go to this showcase. A&R from Def Jam won't be there. 1,000. You know
Everybody
I'm
runs to the
telling the truth.
A&R. Right, no, yeah, for sure.
1,000
Sure,
people won't come in there, but
for
they
sure.
all they trying to do is get on. They not learning the business. They not learning get your own crowd. They not
Right,
learning. All they want to know is, especially here, and I don't want to keep making it about Philly.
right,
I'm just saying the testament to you is you know the business.
right,
You know it's a bigger picture than just
right,
trying to
right,
get on.
right, right. I know some business. I had knew some business at that point.
But you knew more
Right.
than a lot. The thing I'm trying to say is you had the branding. You knew about branding. A lot of people, it just, I dropped this mixtape. I know this. That's it.
All right, let me be fair. All right, let me be fair. All right, so all right, let's add some context to this, right? All right. Business acumen, right? That's not something that everybody privy to, right? So
Yeah.
I'm blessed, bro. So like I had like my aware like certain characteristics that I have or certain tool sets that I had or let me see, I ain't gonna waste some time on an additional thought. I had certain things but that other people didn't have, right? So awareness, bro, is powerful,
Mm,
right? So awareness
perfect
is
word.
awareness is me going to Atlanta and I'm at TI block party and I'm looking at how everybody's promoting themselves,
That was a crazy promotion.
right? You understand what I'm saying?
Especially outside of there. It was crazy.
And then coming back to Philly and promoting myself like that, right? So that's
Mm,
big, bro. So right, so I can't so even though I got like my own little gripes about the city, but that's like preconditioning, right? So when I'm thinking about rappers, bro, like how many rappers know business, right? then how many rappers are really rapping for business, right? So like rap
Mhm.
is pumped in front of us for attention. So the average thing that a rapper wants from rap is attention. So
Mhm.
business is something that get thrown at you, and then you just think the business is how much money you make.
If you want any type of promo on PlayaWave TV, definitely hit me in the DM on my Instagram, j.king PlayaWave, for any type of promo, clothing promo, sponsorships. Definitely hit your boy up. Know that.